But why you don't just say St. Louis? Is there a problem with that?
Because it's not the hood area where you grew up.
Because that's not where I'm from.
Yeah, you from St. Louis?
I'm from East. I'm from the east side of St. Louis. I'm from.
That would be St. Louis.
No, it's the Illinois side. Damn, like Memphis and West Memphis. They're two different states.
Just look at the map. Just type it in. Just type it in and look at the map.
No, I'm saying what I'm getting at is this.
West Memphis is in Arkansas. Memphis is in Tennessee. Just so y'all know.
Is there a rich side?
And West Memphis is the hood.
That would be the St. Louis side.
East St. Louis is like
the hood where all the blacks are.
I don't know, like
this nigga don't know.
Think of a like a
No, I'm talking about this nigga who's talking right now.
I've been to East St. Louis.
You ain't been to East St. Louis.
Greyhound. I took a Greyhound.
You flew through that motherfucker.
You know where that Greyhound is down in St. Louis?
Them niggas would have hate you.
You know where the Greyhound is?
That
shit was fucking ghetto as fuck. The big ass fucking Greyhound down there.
They would have fed you to their picks.
Yo, but concrete, at that moment.
Why do you ask, AK?
This power.
Because, like, I'm trying to get at the fact. How you doing, man? I'll be right over there.
Yeah, handle your business, AK. Let's talk.
I'm about to walk into a place, but I'm trying to get at the fact that we even though it's the same place or whatever, the same thing, we delineate even within, like, no matter what, we're gonna delineate. You get what I'm saying? So even amongst your own people in St. Louis, like, you're delineating. So
let me ask you this: you up there, you up top, right? So if somebody says that I'm from the Bronx, is that the same as Manhattan?
No.
It's the same thing. So where I am is not the
Bronx
same.
is not the same thing as Manhattan.
Right, and the point is that I'm trying to make here by the conversation is that East St. Louis is not the same as the St. Louis side. And there's an entire Mississippi River dividing the city.
And one's ghetto and one's hood.
It would be analogous if I was like, okay, I'm from Brooklyn. I would say I'm from Brooklyn, right? Then you would say, if somebody were to say, no, I'm not from Brooklyn, I'm from Brownsville. That would be dumb.
It's the same thing. That's the same exact point.
No, because Brownsville is in Brooklyn.
Okay, no, this ain't the same thing there. What I'm saying is...
But East St. Louis is in St. Louis.
Which one is the opposing borough?
One's in one state, one's in another state, though.
Thank you.
One's in Missouri, one's in Illinois.
I kept saying that.
The Illinois side is ghetto as fuck.
Like, have you ever been to the Tri-Cities that's in Indiana... I think it's Indiana, Illinois, and another city. They're all connected, but you can go to all three of these states, but they're all connected by kind of like
Kansas City too.
If you say that you're on the southern side of the same city, all the rules that apply to that particular state belongs to you.
Like, can we just say it's where they keep all the blacks?
Yeah, this is East St. Louis is where they keep all the
blacks. The city is the same way, the same way. Keep the blacks on
the most impoverished part of this entire city is East St. Louis. This is where they a lot of unsolved mystery dead in there. That's there. On the St. Louis side, you get education, you got a lot of possibilities, there's a lot of different things happening for you. So when you come up as a person that lives in the area, you're going to give a completely different zip code and phone number when you put on the application. Why are you talking about isolation? Because they're not being able to watch that. I told you, when you ask about hey, you stand on when you act like a man or a woman, it's all of the money. It's you. You're not even in St. Louis right now. You're in St. Louis. You're in St. Louis. You make stuff. This is how we talk about niggas' ass right here. Tunnel niggas. Look, no tunnel niggas. You up from East St. Louis to St. Louis. I need you to do your close.
I'm big gentrifying this in this conversation. I know you 10 minutes. I'm trying to act like he just gentrified this.
All right, so AK, that's the difference. If you look at just look up on a map, you'll see the areas, and you'll see that there's a river dividing one part of the city from the other, and it's divided into a completely different state. It's in Illinois. Illinois has a completely different tax bracket. Very same. You know, the education is different. Everything is different.
I think, unfortunately, is a gift and a curse. You have what is called the big picture of view and long-term view. And I'm just convinced not everybody sees life that way. They don't see life in the big picture sense. They don't see it in the long-term sense. And so all you're doing is telling them about some shit that they can't see. And it's not, and I'll tell you this, it's not just about telling somebody about themselves. You have to give them a plan out of themselves, because otherwise it's a waste of time. They know they're fucked up. Everybody knows they're fucked up in a way. And the way that you're fucked up is outside of your ability to change. And so therefore, telling somebody who doesn't have the ability to change and they're fucked up is basically just stating the obvious. Now the thing is, you have to couple that chastisement with tutor and mentorship, brother. And are you ready for that?
So I will say this, Concrete. Your first thing is 100%. People don't see the bigger picture. They're sheep mentally. They only see what's right in front of them. They're not planning or thinking about the consequences of their actions tomorrow. They're just thinking about that tomorrow. Now, am I prepared to do the mentor thing? I have. The problem is there's a statement that's really pertinent to this conversation. It says when the students are ready to learn, the teacher will appear. And where this is this. You have to be a willing person who wants to be educated. You cannot they're not going to absorb information and take it in or change their lives in any way when they're not ready to change their lives. But they also have to recognize some people do not recognize specifically the certain types we've been talking about. They don't even recognize the downfalls. They just move past them as if they never happened, only committing more bad decisions over and over and over again, while complaining that these bad decisions are that others are the reason for the bad decisions. They never take accountability for their actions, and they never move or grow. They suffer from arrested development, and it stays with them all the way to their old and useless, completely useless. Their wounds are dry out. There's absolutely nothing they can give except more bad decisions to the next generation of young boys. And that is what I believe we need to cut. We have to get rid of it. We need to tell these stupid women to shut the fuck up. There's some real men back with you. Move out the way. But they are unwilling to relinquish their complete, total control of the black community, which has led to the downfall of the same said community. It's terrible. And if you're looking at it from an objective standpoint, you have to voice. You got to stand out. You have to be you have to sound the alarm. You have to, and not in such a negative way per se as myself, but you have to let these women know in a positive thing that, hey, listen, shut the fuck up. You've been talking, woman, for the last 55 fucking years for us. And look what you've gotten us. Ever since you've been able to vote, where have we been? Only thing you voted for was fucking abortion.
He actually doxed Monica.
You didn't do anything for the black community. Get the fuck out the way.
Every time you give that message of eat your vegetables,
you gotta do it in a different way, though.
Oh, no, here's the problem. Every time you give that message of eat your vegetables, do your homework, go to bed early, drink water, Jacobus is saying, nah, fuck that shit. Eat some candy, bitch.
Jacobus is the devil.
Here goes some candy.
Remember that. Jacobus will literally...
I got some candy for you, girl.
If you leave Jacobus, say for example, you hire Jacobus to do a pet sitting. If you leave that nigga alone, he will have a full-on sexual assault on your damn house.
I mean, fucked up, and I'm not happy about it.
Listen, nobody should ever listen to this nigga. And anybody the problem is, it's not that he's smart. It is because he is actually informed, but yet he chooses to take the evil route. He wants to take the route that's going to bring more death and destruction to his own community. He is essentially one of the biggest coons in the room.
Concrete. I got a question for this nigga Lion, right? Lion. It says that Jesus was in the tomb 3 days, 3 nights, right? What day did he die?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Alright. I don't disagree with your bitch ass now.
You think I don't read? I told you. You're fucking with the wrong one, Jacobus. You have a good day.
Nigga, you got that one, bitch. What the fuck?
I got that one because I read, nigga.
Nigga, we just question, nigga. What the fuck? You weren't supposed to get it wrong, nigga. I would've...
No, you was gonna hope I was gonna say some Good
No,
Friday
I hope
bullshit.
you got it right, nigga.
You was hoping I was gonna say some Good Friday nonsense.
No, I'm glad you said it. Cause
Yeah, but we Israelites, we read.
no, cause nigga, idiot, I was debating this. It's right here. Toxic.
Toxic is a Christian. He's not an Israelite. They don't read.
Toxic is a Calvinist, so you know he got. Man, I don't know what's wrong with y'all niggas. Am I the only Christian that fundamentally understands?
So Concrete, this is the kicker too. There was 2 Sabbaths the week that Jesus died.
What?
Yeah, he's right.
So you got a well, they don't like to me say the high Sabbath, it's a high day, and you got the regular Sabbath. So they killed him like right before the high Sabbath, and he rose right after the regular Sabbath.
Oh, this girl got the weirdest fucking. She got one of those balloon booties. She got the BBL. She thinks she look good too. That look ridiculous.
Niggas still be hollering.
It's crazy. No, you know what I'm talking about. She got the skinny bean
Yeah,
pole
it's
legs,
horrible.
and then it looks like a cartoon drawn on ass.
It's called the ant booty. Yo, Lion. When I think about
concrete.
I think about how obviously we know good habits bring good results, bad habits bring bad results. And these women know they have bad habits. And they know it's brought them bad results. How are you going to change that? They are going to persist. It's also like a defense mechanism.
So the answer is they have to see the right way. So, for example,
Speak of the devil, bad woman. There's less.
So the answer is, let's just say like you got some kids.
Rich, why you can't shut the fuck up?
Let's just say you got some young teenage kids that.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not drunk, so
I said
all right,
sober.
look,
That's
hey, bitch,
weird.
hey, bitch.
It's weird.
Hey, bitch, hey, bitch, hey, bitch. Hey, you know that one show, like that used to have a robot
Yeah,
and the
Forrest,
white man,
what's his
and they
name?
used to comment during the movie
Monster
and
Bros.
shit like that.
Mystery Science.
Yeah, that's exactly who the fuck Rich is. Rich is the man with the little robots that would have talked during
These are my robots. All
Thank you.
of y'all my fucking robots, bro. Mystery Science
Absolutely.
Theater 3000. Yeah, y'all are my robots.
So the answer is I'm not gonna use the gender. Let's
I'm
just say
You're the puppet.
Puppeteer.
You're not a real person.
let's just say the youth, right? The youth. We ain't gonna
That's
take
strings on your
Just
body.
gonna say the youth.
That
All right.
is
So
it.
concrete. If a young man is growing up in a place where he's very limited on the information that he's
Too far
able
away,
to
you can't
absorb.
get a passport.
Freaky
Hey,
ass
Rick,
up.
shut up.
Nah, you can't even get a passport.
Fashion
We're
is
gonna
obviously
see
overlooked.
Rick,
She
shut up.
attempted to shoot
Just
her,
I got
not
one.
being controversial because of lack of confidence. In this position, I can tell that her belly button is longer than the rest. This is likely because they sheared her standing
Yeah,
and
I know.
running.
And you'll never do
She
it.
sheared is very difficult, so there is no room for man. She may not have been doing a professional shear, but she was doing it, and that's all that
What you
matters.
would do is
She's
you
being a
would
super good girl
introduce
for me as I clean up that
Introduce the topic,
place.
Rich.
But she does
All
need
right,
to wiggle
concrete.
a little
You
bit
would
for comfort as I
introduce
get to
the
know.
right way to
This is
go.
no problem. I
And
just wiggle her.
Go, hey,
Heavy,
wait a
bad
minute. This isn't the
information.
life I want to
Although
live.
this was a
All
good
right,
law,
how do y'all
I'm
feel
not having
about
to fight any
Washington,
tension.
D.C.?
I want to take this moment to
And
say
they
hi
will
to some of my
naturally
biggest
start.
fans.
We already saw this official and that it's
Now that
working.
she's all done, I'd like to ask you guys,
It's
I
not
think I did.
working.
When the
I know she's
started,
gonna feel a
Nah,
lot
you
better.
think it's a
I
good
mean,
thing? You think Trump should expand
If
it
it
to other
wasn't so stinky, I
cities.
think I could make it
I said when the
This
student,
baby doll should
I
put
said
all
St.
the
Louis.
when the student is
Maybe
ready, the teacher
I know
will
it's
appear.
if you're a small content creator, use
And
this
that's
to
what that
create
is.
up St. Louis then.
When the students are ready, the teacher will appear. And that's what that also applies with the women, that applies with children, that applies with society. But they have to see.
Rich, your
the light.
autism is showing. Stop.
Lady, it's boring. You know it.
Background, but your
Oh, no, I was snoring. Lady.
Every time you come off the mic, we hear all that extra air in your background. Can you
Is
stop?
that better right now, lady?
Just shut up, nigga.
Okay,
Go
that's
on
better.
mute.
Let me
Nobody
slow
talking
down.
to you. I think somebody dropped some money out of their pocket, but it could be.
Oh, I'll pick that shit up, bro. You drop
It
some
could
money
be
on the
late.
ground, it's jewel.
We
Pick
know
that
you.
shit up. Yeah, I'll fit that stereotype. I'll pick pennies up too. I don't
That's
give a
another
shit.
woman. She picked it up. A woman just.
All right, so
I'm
you think Trump should
leaving
roll?
in about 45 minutes.
That
I'm
fell
leaving
on
in
the
about
ground.
45 minutes.
All right, bye, lady.
Let me know when
Hey,
you're ready.
so do y'all think Trump should
No,
roll this shit out to
I'm
other
telling
cities that are accepting of it?
Gosh, Rich, shut the hell up. Damn. A second. Can't nobody else hear nobody.
Can I go?
Ryan, I'm leaving in 45 minutes. Ashley, what did you say?
Well, your daughter, she just left one store. Now she's going with a friend to the other store.
Ashley's busy.
Well, I'm leaving in 45 minutes. So.
Okay.
Some other
Maybe
government
you want to use the Discord call. Wait a minute. Do you want to do the Discord call later on this evening?
You know what? I don't know if it's gonna even be today, Ashley.
Yeah, just let me know.
My weekend didn't go as planned, so maybe.
Yeah,
we
same
can-
here. I
we can
forgot
just
about
end up
Labor
with-
Day. I forgot about Labor Day.
Maybe we can connect sometime this week when we got some downtime, because I don't think today gonna work.
Yeah, just let me know when you're
Y'all
available.
think Trump should amend
Okay.
the law and he should run in 2028? I know mine agree with that.
Yo, Concrete.
Yo,
So this is my take on something.
going right back to B1.
So this is my take on something, and I want your opinion, bro. Jesus Christ forbids us taking an oath.
All right, so Lion, do you think it'd be a good idea for Trump to run in
Why don't you let your
2028?
buddy
Yeah, you know that was.
Nah, he ain't talking about B-Money.
Let low key talk. You know how he get
I
when
thought
he
y'all
can't
was
talk.
I'm gonna stay on Jacobus nigga.
No, just
ahead,
keep
Jacob.
talking over Rich. He's not gonna stop. He's an autist. He just go keep doing it. So just continue the conversation. Just ignore him.
Thank you.
What were you saying, Monkey?
So Concrete, I was thinking about something. Me, I have a certain stance. You cannot be a Christian and a police officer and a Christian and a soldier. For two reasons. Not just because of the violence, but because of taking an oath. How do you feel about when Jesus forbids us taking an oath?
What do you mean when he says let's be yes and your nose be no?
When he says do not take an oath.
Where does it say that?
She gave me a speech. He gave a speech and no one can understand.
Oh, yeah.
Kids are sending me something petitions.
We
I
gonna
could
get
save
it.
my life.
It's gonna be the yes, no.
It does say that, but it's talking about oath toward anything toward God, making an oath that you're basically swearing that you're going to.
Yeah, so listen to the thing. Listen, it says,
You're small.
I tell you, do not swear on an oath at all. Either or by oath, or the sisterhood, even by Jerusalem, or the city of the great king. Do not swear by your head, so you cannot make it even white or black. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything on this is the evil one. So now,
Yeah, so that
nigga, why are you talking when I'm talking?
you didn't even know what the scripture is.
Nigga, why are you talking when I'm
Not lying, you said let my boy talk.
What the fuck? Nigga?
Hurry up.
Exactly, like, man. So concrete. So I use this verse to say you cannot take an oath. So a soldier or a Christian cannot be a Christian nor a police officer. The both of them take oaths in order to be employed beside their service.
I don't know.
How do you define an oath?
Oath, man.
How do you define oath? What is an oath?
Solemnly swear.
Nigga is like a vow. It's like a promise.
Oh, are you trying to test him, Jacobus? Is this just like you trying to test
Yeah, that's
concrete thing?
What the fuck is y'all doing? Yo, concrete.
No, I was asking a
I'm
question.
asking concrete and simple.
Yeah, lady, you did tell me to be
I'm just trying to track the conversation, but go
It's
ahead.
just simple, concrete. What do you think about this? Because of this. There's no.
What's your definition of an oath?
So I believe it's like probably like take a vow.
to swear by a promise.
This nigga. But I'm going with like closer to like taking a vow. Yeah, and that's not what I'm making it for.
Just change the word. Tell me what it is.
What is the definition? I said
Look up the Hebrew definition. Not from English.
nigga, he said this in the Greek. So the Greek one. Greek. Bible.
It's not just in the Greek, it's also in the Hebrew.
It was written in the Greek.
I won't argue this dumbass.
Nigga, it was written in the Greek. So
It's also written in the Old Testament as well.
Nigga, can you show me a fucking Hebrew manuscript on Matthew? You cannot. So shut the fuck up.
No, we can show you the Hebrew.
Exactly.
verse that says
Exactly. Whatever. We talking about this. So it says, this is a term for the oath itself, the solemn declaration or vow. Exactly. It can be found in context of Matthew 5:33, where he speaks of not breaking or taking oaths. So yeah, it's a vow, but it says a solemn
It's a
declaration.
vow, brother.
The vow, nigga, you should ask me. I told you it's a
Listen,
vow.
you see how you struggling to come up with an answer?
He thought this out.
Trying to put you in
Hold on,
Because he thought this out, concrete.
Loki, I want to point out.
Rich up. Somebody
Loki,
should rich up.
no, that's not
Shall
gonna happen.
line
You
up
gotta
to you.
move him. You gotta move. You can't control.
You asked me for the
You can't
definition
control.
of an oath.
Let them have their back and forth.
Look, you asked me for a
Okay, are you in the
definition.
Matrix or is that me?
Look, you asked me.
It's you.
You asked me for a definition.
I know what I asked you. Do you notice that
And
you're
then I
having
told you the
difficulty?
definition of a
Do
vow.
you know?
Now
see
you want
that-
a definition of a vow. So now
Do you see how you're having difficulty answering the question?
What question that I did not answer?
What is an oath?
A vow.
What is a vow?
Now we gotta go for a vow.
Exactly. You're struggling, brother.
It's a solemn promise.
You know why you're struggling, brother?
It's a solemn promise.
You know why you're struggling, brother? Okay, so you're saying God doesn't allow us to do promises?
A solemn promise, yeah.
You
He
think
said
God doesn't
Jesus
allow us
said-
to? You think God doesn't want us to do promises?
I believe so.
What? You don't
I
believe
believe
What
so.
about
You don't
marriage?
believe that. You don't
He
believe
just
that.
told you not
No,
to
let
take
them
an
have
oath.
it. Let them have it. Let them have it, Alaska.
So you can't make a promise to your wife that you're gonna take her out on a date on Friday? You think God wants you not to do that?
So all right. So how do you define an oath then?
Oh no, this is your definition, brother.
I know I got mine. So now how do you define it?
So does that make sense to you?
It makes sense in the context of what Jesus
No, it
said.
don't. Stop lying. It doesn't make sense.
So how do you define an
And you
oath?
have to figure it out, brother.
Wait,
You
I
have to
told
figure
you.
out. You got to figure out how to define it so it makes sense in context of this scripture. Sorry, brother.
This is the definition of the word.
Yes,
A
keep thinking
solemn
about it, brother.
declaration or vow.
So you think the definition that we have today is the same definition that they used back then?
This is the Greek definition.
Brother. Do you think it's changed or has any different meanings, brother? Come on, Jacobus.
Wait, hold on.
Keep thinking, brother.
No, hold on, wait. Because this is a little funny shit going on.
Good afternoon.
You slipping, Jacobus.
What's up?
You should have thought this out before you started
No,
this
because
argument.
look, there's two words being used here. One is hermos and one is omnioi. And both is saying one is to take a vow and one is to
Really,
swear
that's
or
all
to-
the people that said hi to you, valid? Just lady? Is that it?
I look back.
I
at my
better
phone.
Puerto Rican.
I said good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
But then you gonna give special privileges to lady? You can't say Good afternoon, Concrete by name. Rich by name. What? We top liver over here?
Concrete, why are you so jealous of the love that people have for me?
Ain't nobody jealous. Listen, I'm just asking we're chopped liver.
Nah, Concrete, define that shit, because I'm using
keep thinking about it, brother. Come back when
Violet, he wants his own special hello. He wants his own special hello.
My name, thank you.
He wants his own individual. He wants his own individual. Concreta, okay?
See, look, You're tickle pink.
Anyway, go ahead, low-key,
I think Jacobus, I think Lion wanted to say something now that we didn't figure out Jacobus. First, we need to go back to the
He's trying to put you in a blender.
Oh, you gotta figure it out a little bit more.
Get him, low-key, get him.
Yeah, exactly.
Get him, low-key.
First, this brother asked me, what does it mean to take an oath? I said, I believe if you force me to say a vow. What does it mean? So we look it up and it says to make a solemn promise or a vow. So I was correct. So what does a vow mean, he asked. Now he wanted to get more technical. So when we look it up, it says a solemn declaration. So now we hear Christ telling us not to take a solemn declaration, a vow, an oath, or not to swear at all. And now we have police officers taking an oath, swearing right before they enlist inside their service. We also have people doing it inside the courthouse when they put their hand on the Bible and they swear directly and they take an oath unto God, which they are forbidden to. So all I'm saying is 3 instances in our society we have where people take oaths and they go against Christ. And I say do not be a Christian.
You misread it, brother. You misread it.
All right, so partially correct. Not Deuteronomy, I always say go to Numbers 30. And let's start with 2. This is Moses. He was talking to the children of Israel. And he states in there, let me pull it up real quick. Okay, all right. So it talks about vows. Numbers, concrete, Numbers 30. And it says here, and Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, I'm going to repeat it, unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth. That's also why I was angry with Kazi. All right. Let's see. And if a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear a vow, and her bond wherewith he had bound her soul. So this is about soul binding. An oath is about binding your soul to the things that comes out of your mouth. If you break these things, you condemn yourself. If you make an oath, you condemn yourself. That's where you're partially correct. So your statement is that the police officers who go through the entire process and then they make an oath to uphold the law. They say, I do solemnly swear to uphold the law. Solemnly swear to uphold the law. It's in the verbal contracts that binds a person to certain things, or the hypocritical oath.
Now, in the courthouse, is that a proper example?
Wait, so what's the issue? Hold on, I think y'all missed it.
He believes that you can't. His problem is he believes that if you make an oath according to Matthew 5 and 33, or 32, 33, and 34, that's pertaining to you shouldn't do it at all, and in context at all, in any way whatsoever. But what he's actually saying is basically be careful of the things that comes out of your mouth. That's it. That's the message.
He said, do not do it. He said, do it.
Because you will bind yourself.
Concrete, how do you take do not do it?
Listen, brother.
It's a warning.
Brothers, I feel like you guys have missed it. There's a little subtlety, and
It should be
to just articulate, in my view, Christ is X.
And I'm not perfect, and when I'm wrong, I admit I'm wrong. But I don't know
You're
the
not.
Bible. I don't know the Bible like that, but I do have verses that I can go back and forth.
That's fine.
Like him saying he hated Esau. I mean,
right.
What?
Yeah, we're not anywhere near there yet. Right now, you're just telling us what is Jesus. That's all we want
I
from
say
you.
he's the son of the Father. He's God's fruit. He was sent here to tell us that we don't have to kill animals. Like, what other answers do you want?
I want you to do what you said. You said you were going. So I'm trying to talk for 2 seconds while presumably you're Googling a Bible verse. I wanted in the meantime to show you how this process works. So please look up your Bible verse. Let us know the second you have it. I've done the same, and I've been waiting to tell you for the last 20 minutes. You talked about the Sabbath being on a Friday. I kept telling you the first century church met on a Sunday. You kept acting like it wasn't in the Bible. So here's what I did. I looked for the Bible verse, right? Acts 20, verse 7. On the first day of the week, they were gathered together to break bread. This was for their meeting. That's when they observed this Sabbath. That's the answer. So it is in the first day of the week. That's Sunday. Now, please, you do the same. You found the verse for Jesus being a fruit or whatever.
Now, this is why the Chinese... Shut up. This is why the Chinese are so far ahead.
I'm back. I ain't done with your fool ass. Point, be quiet right quick. Speak it. Don't do it.
No, Violet, I even came with lesbian comedy for you.
Go ahead, concrete.
It's
It's a date, Rich.
Like, yo, Rich, follow protocol. Stand with the crew.
So, y'all have conflated oath with swearing, and swearing and oath is the issue. Swearing and oath. The yes is a promise. Will you do it? Yes. Will you not do it? No. Those are the oaths. The swearing, which I take to be like some sort of wagering, right? So it's basically...
I swear to God, I swear on my kids. I swear on my mama.
Are you doing it, bro? Are you all right, bro? Can you just chill, bro? Come on, how long y'all gonna put up with Rich, man? Like, the goo is not that far away.
Just
like,
pleading.
What are we doing?
All right, so
what are we doing?
I'm after you.
The goo is not that far away. Let him chill in the goo for a little bit, because he can't control himself.
Let them have their powwow, yo.
Put him in the goo.
But I swear...
If you don't vote Bart to be the next one, I'm never fucking with any of you again. I got the screenshot. Every single one of you standing
Don't be fucking with me, toxic.
But I swear unto... But I say unto you...
Any single person here again that don't Bart.
Fuck up.
All right. But I say unto you...
I'm a principal, man. I know who made it.
All right.
The Barthology gave me the shit.
All right.
Go ahead with your gay preaching,
All
brother.
right, brother. And I say unto you, swear not at all. Swear not at all. Neither by heaven, for it is God's throne. So it's basically you're wagering or pledging something as a guarantee of your promise, such that if you do not promise it, this thing is in limbo, or this thing should be like granted. And basically it's telling you can't swear or pledge anything that doesn't belong to you.
All right, so you ready?
Right? So 1 second, brother. I didn't rush you, man. So you're conflating a promise, which is an oath, with the swearing, which is a pledging. And again, we'll just read it to make sure. But I say unto you, swear not at all. It doesn't say about oaths. It says swearing. Neither by heaven, for it is God's throne that belongs to God, nor by earth, for it is his footstool, again, his possession. Neither by Israel, by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king, again, belongs to God. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, your own body, because thou cannot make one hair white or black, again, doesn't belong to you. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than these come from evil.
Right.
Y'all conflated swearing and promises, which is pledgings and promises.
All right, your knowledge, you there? Knowledge. Motherfucker.
Just hurry up, make your point.
All right, so look at this. Now, I'm going to start off like this and read Matthew 5:34 to 37 from the ESV. But I say to you, do not take an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is the throne of God, or by earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not take an oath by your head, for you cannot make one hair white or black. Let what you say simply be yes or no. Anything more comes from evil. Now, the brother of Jesus Christ echoes the same teaching later, where he says, above all my brothers, do not swear, either by heaven or by earth, or by any other oath, or let your yes be a yes and your no be a no, so that you may not fall under condemnation. Now, this is why I need people to understand that within the Greek language, there is a certain position that the English lacks. So I asked ChatGPT, is the word oath or swear used in Matthews? It says, good question. In the original Greek, Matthews 5:34, the word osmose, which comes from the word anu, to swear or to take an oath. It literally means the same thing. So I asked it, does it mean to take an oath or to swear? Jesus is talking about the same thing in biblical Greek. To swear literally means to take an oath. So this is why I'm reading from one translation that says to take an oath and another that says to swear. So both of them literally means the same thing for the definition of the word you.
Dave, you good?
And you're struggling with it. It's so basic.
I understand.
You are.
No, I understand.
That right there, hey, Badger, that was so simple and easy.
I know. I understand.
Hey, Badger, that was not complicated.
That's why I understand it.
Badger, well, act like you do. That was as dumb and as simple as it could possibly get. That was dumb and as simple as it.
I think you
I'm gonna repeat myself every time you cut me off.
I feel like you're.
That was as dumb and as simple as it could possibly get. A freaking 3-year-old that is knowledgeable, which my son was very bright when he was 3.
So this isn't higher math anymore?
Hey, look.
Is this the lower end math?
Hey, Badger, this is why you don't understand nothing when it comes to God.
I don't understand nothing?
You don't understand a thing because you struggle with obedience. Hey, Badger.
Earlier you said that
you don't listen because the only way you're going to obey is to listen. You don't listen, number one, and you hear.
I listen way better than you do.
I can't tell.
Oh, I can. Everyone else can tell.
Tell me what I just said about God.
You said that God is a mystery and that you are spoken to in special ways. Right?
Y'all hear this?
And that you have a very private and personal relationship with the God of the cosmos, but you won't tell us what he tells you. Except that I need Jesus. That's what I've heard you say so far.
You displayed that you didn't listen to nothing else.
Oh, what did I miss?
You didn't highlight the main thing I highlighted.
Oh, what was the main thing? Sorry, I missed that.
No, it doesn't matter.
So it wasn't that important. Okay.
Nope, not to you.
Well, not to anyone apparently, because you're not a speaker for God. You're not sharing.
Badger.
You want to tell us what he tells you?
In order for you to hear from God,
these guys who hear from God. Prophets usually share what they're told by God, but these other mini prophets don't want to share.
I'm done with you, bro.
Okay,
I'm done. Thanks. I appreciate it, man. To the audience. So again, don't act like you want to know more about God and then not listen to know more about God. You sound ignorant, very ignorant. Somebody with your intelligence level to know natural things, because you sound like you're like naturally smart. And what I mean by that, I bet you have a decent IQ with basic comprehension of things because you come off that way. That's a compliment to the reality of, hey, that will go good in this lifetime, to be successful at certain things in this lifetime, right? But you're completely blinded to what matters most. Your smarts and your intelligence in this lifetime, and this is for anybody, this is why he left, because he doesn't want to hear the truth. He has no desire to hear the truth. He can't even take a compliment to get his attention to hear the truth. It's because he doesn't really want to know who God is. And this is what we hear on display. He doesn't care to know who God is. He only wants to combat and refute God. And I know this because if y'all don't know, Honey Badger has come through the room several times. And I've had conversations with him several times before, and it's consistently the same thing. But something in my heart always has me to give him a moment before he starts acting like that. And that's just the bottom line is anybody who's listening to the discussion, you want to know more about God, get a relationship with God. You want to know how to get a relationship with God, look at Jesus Christ. No Jesus Christ, no relationship with God. Period. I don't care who you think you are, who you thought you were. In this day we live, I'm not talking about the Old Testament, when Jesus Christ was not even mentioned. I'm not talking about that. And I can beg to defer on people actually having a relationship with the Son even then. But that's a whole different point. It wasn't known that way. It was known as God Almighty, so we'll leave.
Y'all see one of the senior pastor of Chillism? Thank you very much.
Wait, hold on. So what we're having here, I think you're in some instances saying the exact same thing, and in others you're have a dividing position. Let's just get to the point though. The swearing and oaths and pledges are all the same thing. What the issue here is, according to the book, especially in Numbers 30, which I said, which is what Christ is mentioning in Matthew 5 and 30. He's mentioning Numbers 30. I want you to understand that's where he's taking it from. He's saying the same thing that Moses said before, which is don't make any oaths that you know that you can't keep. Don't swear by any God or heaven or any of this stuff that you can't keep. Hold on. That you can't keep. That's what's actually being stated here. You can't keep any of these things. So he's saying that. Wait a second. He's saying that it is best that you don't make any of this stuff at all, because what you are actually doing is binding your soul to your words, and these words are going to be used against you. That's what he's saying.
Concrete, you keep what he said. The first thing this nigga Lion said.
Can I get in the queue?
Hold on. So again, Lion, are you going to, Lion, do you promise to beat up on Jazzy next time she comes? Yes. I don't believe you. I swear on my kids, I'm gonna beat up on Jazzy next time she comes. Boom. That's the difference.
No, that's one.
One of them is your promise.
Oh, that's a threat of violence.
1 second, sir. One of them is the promise. Yes, I will beat up on Jazzy next time she comes in the room. The other one is you putting a pledge, collateral on top of the promise, brother. And that's the issue. Case closed.
We're not even arguing that. We understand that what you're doing is the collateral is heaven. The collateral is God. The collateral is your own life or your children's lives, the people that you claim. We hear people do this. They break this oath all the time, every day. You can go online and you hear niggas saying, oh God, I'm this and blah, 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 blah. All you're doing is tying yourself by the law. You're tying your souls to whatever it is that you're saying. And if that shit ain't true or it doesn't come out, you've condemned yourself. Hence why Christ is saying what he's saying. So, don't do those things.
All right, so in front of concrete, I want you to say it again.
Maybe not overdo, but this woman is carrying a lot of weight with 3 babies in there.
Yes.
All right, now secondly, are you saying when Christ spoke in Matthew 19, is he saying the same thing as Moses where he gave
it's
that
also to the trim of the back area, so it also is sanitary.
So now concrete, you
I'm
keep what
thinking
he
maybe
just said,
she'd
so
like
he
to see
basically
the
said
efforts of
Jesus
her hard
Christ
work, so we're going to
just
trim
came
that
back
top
to say
knot
the
in her
same
face
thing
real
as
good.
Moses.
I feel like if something
Now watch
turned my
what
body into a wide load back
one of his
I'd
brothers
want to
say
see what it
inside
was.
the book in the
I
New
imagine
Testament.
being
He
thrown around
says
of
if
your rock like
righteousness
a
really
circus
came
of
through the
labor
law,
performer when
then
you're
Jesus
this
Christ
pregnant is
died
not
for
very
nothing.
comfortable. So the main goal
So
is
it's obvious Jesus Christ did not
I won't be
come to
going back
teach
to
you the
all the
same thing Moses taught you,
Well,
nor did he agree with the Pharisees
but
and
the
the
main goal
scribes of
is
his
to get this
time.
big old
So
mama
what we can conclude now to deductive
It
reasoning
is
is
significantly
that
more
Ryan
than
would have been a
this year on the
Pharisee or a scribe
The
running
rich is left
against
behind
Christ
her by
himself
attempt not to
that
make
lived back then.
instructions again.
Here, just to
This is a
confirm it,
6-minute
the
function
Bible
not
tells you in the
back.
New Testament
Then all
that
their
there's
friends
some
that they
people
like.
in your church that are meant for
We need to do
contention.
is bread
Don't
and
worry,
milk.
they've been
Well,
here
maybe
since
not
they
over
tell you
but
they've
this
been
moment
there
is
since the beginning of time. It's the same wicked spirit. Lying has to
You
be
a demon in here trying to
He
sell
has to be
feet to folk.
baptized. And I say it right now in front of him. If the opportunity came, if he was in front of me and he was, I'll drag that nigga to a bathtub and force you to baptize that nigga.
Nigga, I will shove that damn yarmulke down your damn.
You get hop in the car.
You won't
Hey,
baptize
baby, hold on
shit.
for a minute. Baby,
Okay.
baby, hold on. Look. Let's let the Bible speak. So this is correct. Saying the exact same thing I'm saying. You stupid, uneducated buffoon. This is 1 John 2:7. And what it says here is, this is Jesus saying, I'm gonna show you much more too. It says, dear friends, I am not writing you a new commandment, but an old one, which you have had since the beginning. This old commandment is the message you have heard. 1 John 2:7. Christ is only repeating what Moses said. You fucking idiot. And I'm going to show you that again. It's all over the Bible. Watch
Just
this.
like Christ does all the time in the New Testament.
Exactly. You moron. Watch this. Let me show you something. And you.
Truly, truly, I say to you before Abraham.
So let's go to
was
John 5.
I am the Alpha.
John 5:46. It said,
When she was 33 years old, it was not known that the Jewish people did. And we're at 6:10. I want to get Thomas Massey has his own.
The sayings of the Buddha. Choices. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts we make the world. Speak or act with an impure mind, and trouble will follow you as the wheel follows the ox that draws the cart. We are what we think. All that we are arises.
The Dhammapada, The Sayings of the Buddha, translated by F. Max Muller and narrated by Robin Homer. Chapter 1. The Twin Verses. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. It is founded on our thoughts. It is made up of our thoughts. If a man speaks or acts with an evil thought, pain follows him, as the wheels follow the foot of the ox that draws the carriage. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. It is founded on our thoughts. It is made up of our thoughts. If a man speaks or acts with a pure thought, happiness follows him, like a shadow that never leaves him. He abused me, he beat me, he defeated me, he robbed me. In those who harbor such thoughts, hatred will never cease. He abused me, he beat me, he defeated me, he robbed me. In those who do not harbour such thoughts, hatred will cease. For hatred does not cease by hatred at any time. Hatred ceases by love. This is an old rule. The world does not know that we must all come to an end here, but those who know it, their quarrels cease at once. He who lives looking for pleasures only, his senses uncontrolled, immoderate in his food, idle and weak, Mara, the tempter, will certainly overthrow him, as the wind throws down a weak tree. He who lives without looking for pleasures, his senses well controlled, moderate in his food, faithful and strong, him Mara will certainly not overthrow, any more than the wind throws down a rocky mountain. He who wishes to put on the yellow dress without having cleansed himself from sin, who disregards temperance and truth, is unworthy of the yellow dress. But he who has cleansed himself from sin, is well grounded in all virtues, and regards also temperance and truth, he is indeed worthy of the yellow dress. They who imagine truth in untruth, and see untruth in truth, never arrive at truth, but follow vain desires. They who know truth in truth, and untruth in untruth, arrive at truth, and follow true desires. As rain breaks through an ill-thatched house, passion will break through an unreflecting mind. As rain does not break through a well-thatched house, passion will not break through a well-reflecting mind. The evildoer mourns in this world, and he mourns in the next. He mourns in both. He mourns and suffers when he sees the evil of his own work. The virtuous man delights in this world, and he delights in the next. He delights in both. He delights and rejoices when he sees the purity of his own work. The evildoer suffers in this world, and he suffers in the next. He suffers in both. He suffers when he thinks of the evil he has done. He suffers more when going on the evil path. The virtuous man is happy in this world, and he is happy in the next. He is happy when he thinks of the good he has done. He is still more happy when going on the good path. The thoughtless man, even if he can recite a large portion of the law, but is not a doer of it, has no share in the priesthood, but is like a cowherd, counting the cows of others. The follower of the law, even if he can recite only a small portion of it, but having forsaken passion and hatred and foolishness, possesses true knowledge and serenity of mind, he, caring for nothing in this world or that to come, has indeed a share in the priesthood. Chapter 2. On Earnestness. Earnestness is the path of immortality, nirvana. Thoughtlessness, the path of death. Those who are in earnest do not die. Those who are thoughtless are as if dead already. Those who are advanced in earnestness, having understood this clearly, delight in earnestness, and rejoice in the knowledge of the Arias, the elect. These wise people, meditative, steady, always possessed of strong powers, attain to nirvana, the highest happiness. If an earnest person has roused himself, if he is not forgetful, if his deeds are pure, if he acts with consideration, if he restrains himself and lives according to law, then his glory will increase. By rousing himself, by earnestness, by restraint and control, the wise man may make for himself an island which no flood can overwhelm. Fools follow after vanity, men of evil wisdom. The wise man keeps earnestness as his best jewel. Follow not after vanity, nor after the enjoyment of love and lust. He who is earnest and meditative obtains ample joy. When the learned man drives away vanity by earnestness, he, the wise, climbing the terrace heights of wisdom, looks down upon the fools. Serene he looks upon the toiling crowd, as one that stands on a mountain looks down upon them that stand upon the plain. Earnest among the thoughtless, awake among the sleepers, the wise man advances like a racer, leaving behind the hack. By earnestness did Magavan, Indra, rise to the lordship of the gods. People praise earnestness. Thoughtlessness is always blamed. A bhikshu, mendicant, who delights in earnestness, who looks with fear on thoughtlessness, moves about like fire, burning all his fetters, small or large. A bhikshu, mendicant, who delights in reflection, who looks with fear on thoughtlessness, cannot fall away from his perfect state. He is close upon nirvana. Chapter 3. Thought. As a fletcher makes straight his arrow, a wise man makes straight his trembling and unsteady thought, which is difficult to guard, difficult to hold back. As a fish taken from his watery home and thrown on dry ground, our thought trembles all over in order to escape the dominion of Mara, the tempter. It is good to tame the mind, which is difficult to hold in and flighty, rushing wherever it listeth. A tamed mind brings happiness. Let the wise man guard his thoughts, for they are difficult to perceive, very artful, and they rush wherever they list. Thoughts well guarded bring happiness. Those who bridle their mind, which travels far, moves about alone, is without a body, and hides in the chamber of the heart, will be free from the bonds of Mara, the tempter. If a man's thoughts are unsteady, if he does not know the true law, if his peace of mind is troubled, his knowledge will never be perfect. If a man's thoughts are not dissipated, if his mind is not perplexed, if he has ceased to think of good or evil, then there is no fear for him while he is watchful. Knowing that this body is fragile like a jar, and making this thought firm like a fortress, one should attack Mara the tempter with the weapon of knowledge. One should watch him when confident, and should never rest. Before long, alas, this body will lie on the earth, despised, without understanding, like a useless log. Whatever a hater may do to a hater, nor an enemy to an enemy, a wrongly directed mind will do us greater mischief. Not a mother, not a father will do so much, nor any other relative. A well-directed mind will do us greater service. Chapter 4. Flowers. Who shall overcome this earth, and the world of Yama, the lord of the departed, and the world of the gods? Who shall find out the plainly shown path of virtue, as a clever man finds out the right flower? The disciple will overcome the earth, and the world of Yama, and the world of the gods. The disciple will find the plainly shown path of virtue, as a clever man finds out the right flower. He who knows that this body is like froth, and has learnt that it is as unsubstantial as a mirage, will break the flower-pointed arrow of Mara, and never see the king of death. Death carries off a man who is gathering flowers and whose mind is distracted, as a flood carries off a sleeping village. Death subdues a man who is gathering flowers and whose mind is distracted, before he is satiated in his pleasures. As the bee collects nectar and departs without injuring the flower, or its colour or scent, so let the sage dwell in his village. Not the perversities of others, not their sins of commission or omission, but his own misdeeds and negligences should a sage take notice of. Like a beautiful flower, full of colour but without scent, are the fine but fruitless words of him who does not act accordingly. But like a beautiful flower, full of colour and full of scent, are the fine and fruitful words of him who acts accordingly. As many kinds of wreaths can be made from a heap of flowers, so many good things may be achieved by a mortal when once he is born. The scent of flowers does not travel against the wind, nor that of sandalwood or of tagara and malika flowers, but the odour of good people travels even against the wind. A good man pervades every place. Sandalwood or tagara, a lotus flower or a vasiki, among these sorts of perfumes, the perfume of virtue is unsurpassed. Mean is the scent that comes from tagara and sandalwood. The perfume of those who possess virtue rises up to the gods as the highest. Of the people who possess these virtues, who live without thoughtlessness, and who are emancipated through true knowledge, Mara, the tempter, never finds the way. As on a heap of rubbish cast upon the highway, the lily will grow full of sweet perfume and delight, thus the disciple of the truly enlightened Buddha shines forth by his knowledge among those who are like rubbish, among the people that walk in darkness. Chapter 5. The Fool. Long is the night to him who is awake. Long is a mile to him who is tired. Long is life to the foolish who do not know the true law. If a traveller does not meet with one who is his better or his equal, let him firmly keep to his solitary journey. These sons belong to me, and this wealth belongs to me. With such thoughts, a fool is tormented. He himself does not belong to himself, and much less sons and wealth. The fool who knows his foolishness is wise at least so far, but a fool who thinks himself wise, he is a fool indeed. If a fool be associated with a wise man, even all his life, he will perceive the truth as little as a spoon perceives the taste of soup. If an intelligent man be associated for 1 minute only with a wise man, he will soon perceive the truth, as the tongue perceives the taste of soup. Fools of little understanding have themselves for their greatest enemies, for they do evil deeds which must bear bitter fruits. That deed is not well done, of which a man must repent, and the reward of which he receives crying and with a tearful face. No, That deed is well done, of which a man does not repent, and the reward of which he receives gladly and cheerfully. As long as the evil deed does not bear fruit, the fool thinks it is like honey, but when it ripens, then the fool suffers grief. Let the fool, month after month, eat his food, like an ascetic, with the tip of a blade of kusa grass. Yet he is not worth the 16th particle of those who have well weighed the law. An evil deed, like newly drawn milk, does not turn suddenly. Smouldering, like fire covered by ashes, it follows the fool. And when the evil deed, after it has become known, brings sorrow to the fool, then it destroys his bright lot. Nay, it cleaves his head. Let the fool wish for a false reputation, for precedence among the bhikshus, for lordship in the convents, for worship among other people. May both the layman and he who has left the world think that this is done by me. May they be subject to me in everything which is to be done or is not to be done. Thus is the mind of the fool, and his desire and pride increase. One is the road that leads to wealth, another the road that leads to nirvana. If the bhikshu, the disciple of Buddha, has learnt this, he will not yearn for honor, he will strive after separation from the world. Chapter 6. The Wise Man, or Pandita. If you see an intelligent man who tells you where true treasures are to be and administers reproofs, follow that wise man. It will be better, not worse, for those who follow him. Let him admonish, let him teach, let him forbid what is improper. He will be beloved of the good, by the bad he will be hated. Do not have evildoers for friends. Do not have low people for friends. Have virtuous people for friends. Have for friends the best of men. He who drinks in the law lives happily with a serene mind. The sage rejoices always in the law, as preached by the elect, the Arias. Well makers lead the water wherever they like. Fletchers bend the arrow. Carpenters bend a log of wood. Wise people fashion themselves. A solid rock is not shaken by the wind. Wise people falter not amidst blame and praise. Wise people, after they have listened to the laws, become serene, like a deep, smooth and still lake.
Issa?
Good people walk on.
You said my friend Issa the watermelon.
Do not prattle, longing for pleasure. Whether touched by happiness or sorrow, wise people never appear elated or depressed. If, whether for his own sake or for the sake of others, a man wishes neither for a son, nor for wealth, nor for lordship, and if he does not wish for his own success by unfair means, then he is good, wise, and virtuous. Few are there among men who arrive at the other shore, become arhats. The other people here run up and down the shore. But those who, when the law has been well preached to them, follow the law, will pass across the dominion of death, however difficult to overcome. A wise man should leave the dark state of ordinary life and follow the bright state of the bhikshu. After going from his home to a homeless state, he should, in his retirement, look for enjoyment where there seemed to be no enjoyment. Leaving all pleasures behind and calling nothing his own, the wise man should purge himself from all the troubles of the mind. Those whose mind is well grounded in the 7 elements of knowledge, who, without clinging to anything, rejoice in freedom from attachment, whose appetites have been conquered, and who are full of light, are free even in this world. Chapter 7. The Venerable, or Arhat. There is no suffering for him who has finished his journey and abandoned grief, who has freed himself on all sides and thrown off all fetters. They depart with their thoughts well collected. They are not happy in their abode, like swans who have left their lake. They leave their house and home. Men who have no riches, who live on recognized food, who have perceived void and the unconditioned freedom of nirvana, their path is difficult to understand, like that of birds in the air. He whose appetites are stilled, who is not absorbed in enjoyment, who has perceived void and the unconditioned freedom of nirvana, his path is difficult to understand, like that of birds in the air. The gods even envy him whose senses, like horses well broken in by the driver, have been subdued, who is free from pride and free from appetites. Such a one who does his duty is tolerant like the earth, like Indra's bolt. He is like a lake without mud. No new births are in store for him. His thought is quiet. Quiet are his word and deeds when he has obtained freedom by true knowledge, when he has thus become a quiet man. The man who is free from credulity, but knows the uncreated, who has cut all ties, removed all temptations, renounced all desires, he is the greatest of men. In a hamlet or in a forest, or in the deep water or on the dry land, wherever venerable persons, our hunter, dwell, that place is delightful. Forests are delightful. Where the world finds no delight, there the passionless will find delight, for they look not for pleasures. Chapter 8. The Thousands. Even though a speech be 1,000 words, but made up of senseless words, one word of sense is better. A poem be 1,000 words, but made up of senseless words, one word of Agatha is better, which if a man hears, he becomes quiet. Though a man recite 100 gathers, made up of senseless words, one word of the law is better, which if a man hears, he becomes quiet. If one man conquer in battle 1,000 times thousands men, and if another conquer himself, he is the greatest of conquerors. One's own self conquered is better than all other people. Not even a god, a Gandharva, not Mara with Brahman could change into defeat the victory of a man who has vanquished himself, and always lives under restraint. If a man for 100 years sacrifice month after month with 1,000, and if he but for one moment pay homage to a man whose soul is grounded in true knowledge, better is that homage than sacrifice for 100 years. If a man for 100 years worship Agni, fire, in the forest, and if he but for one moment pay homage to a man whose soul is grounded in true knowledge, better is that homage than sacrifice for 100 years. Whatever a man sacrifice in this world as an offering or as an oblation for a whole year in order to gain merit, the whole of it is not worth a farthing. Reverence shown to the righteous is better. He who always greets and constantly reveres the aged, 4 things will increase to him: life, beauty, happiness, power. But he who lives 100 years, vicious and unrestrained, a life of one day is better if a man is virtuous and reflecting. And he who lives 100 years, ignorant and unrestrained, a life of one day is better if a man is wise and reflecting. And he who lives 100 years, idle and weak, a life of one day is better if a man has attained firm strength. And he who lives 100 years, not seeing beginning and end, a life of one day is better if a man sees beginning and end. And he who lives 100 years, not seeing the immortal place, a life of one day is better if a man sees the immortal place. And he who lives 100 years, not seeing the highest law, a life of one day is better if a man sees the highest law. Chapter 9. Evil. If a man would hasten towards the good, he should keep his thought away from evil. If a man does what is good slothfully, his mind delights in evil. If a man commits a sin, let him not do it again. Let him not delight in sin. It is the outcome of evil. If a man does what is good, let him do it again. Let him delight in it. Happiness is the outcome of good. Even an evildoer sees happiness as long as his evil deed has not ripened. But when his evil deed has ripened, then does the evildoer see evil. Even a good man sees evil days as long as his good deed has not ripened. But when his good deed has ripened, then does the good man see happy days. Let no man think lightly of evil, saying in his heart, "It will not come nigh unto me." Even by the falling of water drops, a water pot is filled. The fool becomes full of evil, even if he gather it little by little. Let no man think lightly of good, saying in his heart, "It will not come nigh unto me." Even by the falling of water drops, a water pot is filled. The wise man becomes full of good, even if he gather it little by little. Let a man avoid evil deeds as a merchant. If he has few companions and carries much wealth, avoids a dangerous road. As a man who loves life avoids poison. He who has no wound on his hand may touch poison with his hand. Poison does not affect one who has no wound, nor is there evil for one who does not commit evil. If a man offend a harmless, pure and innocent person, the evil falls back upon that fool, like light dust thrown up against the wind. Some people are born again. Evildoers go to hell, righteous people go to heaven. Those who are free from all worldly desires attain nirvana. Not in the sky, not in the midst of the sea, not if we enter the clefts of the mountains, is there known a spot in the whole world where a man might be freed from an evil deed. Not in the sky, not in the midst of the sea, not if we enter the clefts of the mountains, is there known a spot in the whole world where death cannot become the law. Chapter 10. Punishment. All men tremble at punishment. All men fear death. Remember that you are like unto them, and do not kill, nor cause slaughter. All men tremble at punishment. All men love life. Remember that you are like unto them, and do not kill, nor cause slaughter. He who, seeking his own happiness, punishes or kills beings who also long for happiness, will not find happiness after death. He who, seeking his own happiness, does not punish or kill beings who also long for happiness, will find happiness after death. Do not speak harshly to anybody. Those who are spoken to will answer thee in the same way. Angry speech is painful. Blows for blows will touch thee. If, like a shattered metal gong, you utter not, then you have reached nirvana. Contention is not known to you. As a cowherd with his staff drives his cows into the stable, so do age and death drive the life of men. A fool does not know when he commits his evil deeds, but the wicked man burns by his own deeds, as if burnt by fire. He who inflicts pain on innocent and harmless persons will soon come to one of these 10 states. He will have cruel suffering, loss, injury of the body, heavy affliction or loss of mind, or a misfortune coming from the king, or a fearful accusation, or loss of relations, or destruction of treasures, or lightning fire will burn his houses, and when his body is destroyed, the fool will go to hell. Not nakedness, not plaited hair, not dirt, not fasting or lying on the earth, not rubbing with dust, not sitting motionless, can purify a mortal who has not overcome desires. He who, though dressed in fine apparel, exercises tranquility, is quiet, subdued, restrained, chaste, and has ceased to find fault with all other beings, he indeed is a Brahmana, an ascetic, Sramana, a friar, bhikshu. Is there in this world any man so restrained by humility that he does not mind reproof, as a well-trained horse the whip? Like a well-trained horse, when touched by the whip, be you active and lively, and by faith, by virtue, by energy, by meditation, by discernment of the law, you will overcome this great pain of reproof, perfect in knowledge and in behavior, and never forgetful. Well-makers lead the water wherever they like. Fletchers bend the arrow, carpenters bend a log of wood. Good people fashion themselves. Chapter 11. Old Age. How is their laughter? How is their joy? Or is this world always burning? Why do you not seek a light, you who are surrounded by darkness? Look at this dressed-up lump, covered with wounds, joined together, sickly, full of many thoughts, which has no strength, no hold. This body is wasted, full of sickness and frail. This heap of corruption breaks into pieces. Life indeed ends in death. Those white bones, those gourds thrown away in autumn, what pleasure is there in looking at them? After a stronghold has been made of the bones, it is covered with flesh and blood. There dwell in it old age and death, pride and deceit. The brilliant chariots of kings are destroyed. The body also approaches destruction, but the virtue of good people never approaches destruction. Thus do the good say to the good. Looking for the maker of this tabernacle, I shall have to run through a course of many births, so long as I do not find him, and painful is birth again and again. But now, maker of the tabernacle, you have been seen. You shall not make this tabernacle again. All thy rafters are broken, thy ridge hole is sundered. The mind, approaching the eternal, Visankara, Nirvana, has attained to the extinction of all desires. Men who have not observed proper discipline, have not gained treasure in their youth, perish like old herons in a lake without fish. Men who have not observed proper discipline and have not gained treasure in their youth, lie like broken bows, sighing after the past.
That's not the right thing to do. That's not the right thing to do, right?
Chapter 12. Self.
That's not the right
If the man holds himself dear, let him watch himself carefully. During one at least out of the 3 watches, a wise man should be watchful. Let each man direct himself first to what is proper, then let him teach others. Thus a wise man will not suffer. If a man make himself as he teaches others to be, then, being himself well subdued, he may subdue others. One's own self is indeed difficult to subdue. Self is the lord of self. Who else could be the lord? With self well subdued, a man finds a lord such as few can find. The evil done by oneself, self-begotten, self-bred, crushes the foolish, as a diamond breaks a precious stone. He whose wickedness is very great brings himself down to the state where his enemy wishes him to be, as a creeper does with the tree which it surrounds. Bad deeds and deeds hurtful to ourselves are easy to do. What is beneficial and good, That is very difficult to do. The foolish man who scorns the rule of the venerable, Arahat, of the elect, Arya, of the virtuous, and follows false doctrines, he bears fruits to his own destruction, like the fruits of the Kataka reed. By oneself the evil is done. By oneself one suffers. By oneself evil is left undone. By oneself one is purified. Purity and impurity belong to oneself. No one can purify